Welcome to the Honest Hour. I'm your host, Luis Acevedo, and today's topics are going to be the following. For those that are not, you can't see it if you're not on TikTok. We have bring back church and state. Trump is getting what he deserves. Cryptocurrency saves Iran. Republicans want to defund FBI. Democrats want to defund the police. We got some questions in here. Why is Trump getting what he deserves? Yeah, so I think it's a little bit of karma, right? Because he said that he wanted to put Hillary Clinton in jail. And so now the Democratic Party is, actually using their power, unlike the Republicans. They never use their power. So Trump's getting what he deserves because he was too weak and hypocritical. So I don't know about hypocritical, but yeah, he just didn't do what he had to do. And also, there's another thing out there too that's pretty interesting. He may have set this all up for marketing schemes, because now you have like Steven Crowder saying, like, tweeting out the day that it happened, it's time for war. And then what does he do? He then puts out a promo code saying fight. That's how we're going to fight. We're going to promote you getting my t-shirt. And then you're also going to say that we're going to fight by dismantling the FBI, because if you do not go against the FBI, DeSantis, Ted Cruz, well, then you don't have my vote. That's how Steven Crowder says to fight. That's how the Republicans say to fight. They're weak. Dems always wanted to defund the police, Border Patrol, and now they want to increase. Yeah, and now the Republicans want to defund the FBI. They're no different. The Republicans will say, oh, guess what? Guns don't hurt people. People hurt people. So it has nothing to do with your gun. It has nothing to do with the weapon itself. The weapon does nothing. The people do it. But now they're over here saying, and they'll also say, the police are good. We need the police. The police protect. It's not the whole entire police department. The police have some bad apples. The police department's good. But now when it comes to the FBI, the FBI is bad. It needs to be dismantled. You always got your brain dead taste, but is number one, bro. Then you don't need to be here. Banhammer. Boom. All right. I had to switch that up. How about you get a job instead of asking for money? I got one. I got a business, actually. What did the FBI find at Trump's house? I don't think they found anything. Who knows? I think it was all set up. He has brain dead because he is brain dead, whatever. I'm glad Trump got raided. Now he's about to expose everything the left has done. No, he's not. That's silly. But still asking for donations. Sad. Exactly. There was nothing to find. Yeah. I think it was a marketing ploy. There's a reason why church and state are separated. What is that reason exactly? And what good does it do? But, yeah, so, and then you have Don Jr. saying that if you're upset at what the FBI did, donate to our website. Swear. Like, guys, this is silly. This is silly stuff. Trump is not your savior. FBI raids Trump, but Hunter, yeah, who cares? Who cares? That's the thing. That's how you know it really doesn't matter. Like, you are so full of it. What makes you know all of this, propaganda boy? I mean, okay. We care. Who cares? Yeah, who cares? Really? Are you going to do anything about it? No, you're not. You can't do anything about it. All right? What you actually can do is focus on your local area, focus on your people, focus on building families, starting homesteads. That way you become less dependent upon the system. Yeah, you can vote, but does it really matter? On the presidential level, you're exactly what's wrong with this country. Okay, it shows corruption, money laundering, and involvement with Ukraine. That's true. And what does it do, though? It's done nothing, right? Everybody knows it. It's out in the open and it's done nothing. So the best thing that people can do is focus on your local communities. If you want to get political, focus on your local politics. When the Civil War starts, I'll be looking for people just like you. I don't know if that was threatening to me, but yeah, if you guys are upset about the FBI raid, donate to our Cash App. Yeah, exactly. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know if you were like threatening me, but that's insane. So let's see, the big cup of Joe, POS. Look at that. People are getting so triggered. The same FBI that had the fake, sure. So you think Pelosi, her husband, the Chip Act is inside trading? Yeah, 100%. The FBI is garbage. It's not. Are you against PEDOs? They've broken up more PEDO rings than any other institution has. Republican states are so poor. Okay. Yep, but you're involving yourself if it doesn't have what? The Democrat agenda is the worst thing for this country right now. Fact. The Republican agenda is pretty bad too. They're saying they want to defund the FBI. They're contributing to the demise of our government. Your party is terrified of Trump running again. I don't have a party, bro. I voted for Trump in 2016. You silly, silly boy. What about Hillary and Hunter? Shouldn't they get what they deserve? They will. Hillary's not in power anymore, is she? Hunter, his life is hell already. Trump's still a part of the show. Both parties are terrible. They are. The FBI is partisan. It needs a big change. I agree. I'm not saying that it doesn't. The FBI is corrupt. Let's see. Oh, ain't you Nathaniel B? Don't know who that is. I am drinking milk. Neither is Trump. The FBI is garbage. They proved it on his knees for Biden. I wouldn't. Yeah, no, I don't like Biden at all. We won't defund the police, but we must make changes from the top. I agree with that. See, now that's a little more rational, Tulsa Troy. But the Republicans like Steven Crowder and Marjorie Taylor Greene said that we need to defund the police. I mean, defund the FBI. Joe Biden, on the other hand, and his own son. Whoa. Can't read that one out. Church should never be a factor in deciding law. Don't force your beliefs on others. Tax the church. The church should be a deciding factor in law. It definitely should be. Yeah, so that's what's going on with Trump. That's why I say Trump deserves what he's getting. We got somebody that wants to join in here, and then we'll top into what's going on with the Iran and all that stuff. What's going on, man?
What's up, brother? I agree. I just want to jump in and let you know, I pretty much agree with everything that you have here, 100%. And both parties do suck bad. But I am kind of curious. This cryptocurrency saves Iran. What's that all about?
Yeah, so it looks like they're got like $10 million worth of cryptocurrency, and they're going to be using it in order to circumvent U.S. sanctions. And now they're also using the ruble instead of the USD to trade with Russia. So that's pretty big. But yeah, cryptocurrency is just allowing them to not use or not be blocked by U.S. sanctions.
Only $10 million worth?
That's what's been reported.
Yeah, that's not very much. In my opinion, I don't know if cryptocurrency at $10 million would save Iran. I believe that the ruble thing would be what's saving Iran 100%. I think there's several countries that are now trading in the ruble. I would say that they would probably that would probably make more sense of what's saving Iran.
Yeah. I'm not saying that $10 million is saving Iran. My point in saying that cryptocurrency saving Iran is because it allows them to circumvent U.S. sanctions. So cryptocurrencies are an alternative to what we see with the current monetary system. That's all. Not that $10 million is going to save them. Not that that move saves them. But the technology of it and the potential use in the future can help save them.
I probably in the future, you're probably 100% correct. There was Chinese had come up with a new system that rivals Swift. I think it's called like CHIPS, possibly.
Okay.
That's what's coming to my mind. That will be the downfall. I think that would eventually will start. Well, I mean, I believe that World War III has already started, but I think that'll be the cinch pin right there. Is my opinion.
Yeah.
Anyway, nice seeing you.
Yeah, likewise, man. All right. So stop Christians from forcing their. They don't. I agree with you. They shouldn't. Christians should not. No religion should be forcing. Bitcoin hasn't proved to be a stable currency. Yeah, it hasn't. It's not a stable currency. Christians don't force anything. Christianity is a choice, and the only righteous one there is. I would mostly agree with that. But I would say that, Islam has some truth to it. Judaism has some truth to it. Hey, what's going on?
Yo, what's good?
Not a whole lot, man. What do you want to talk about?
You say Trump is getting what he deserves.
Yeah.
What you mean by that?
Yeah, so I mean, his rhetoric towards Hillary Clinton is sort of like karma, right? So he was saying he was going to put Hillary Clinton in prison, didn't do it, wimped out, and now he's getting swatted by the FBI or whatever, raided, whatever. They're changing the language up. So if it's true, so there's like two things. So if it's true, if the FBI did do that and Trump was unaware of them doing it, he's kind of getting what he deserves because the other power, I mean, he did not do what he said he was going to do. And so they did what the Republicans wouldn't do, which is use their power against their enemies. And then that's one theory one could take. And then another one is, did Trump actually orchestrate this FBI raid himself for marketing purposes and to rile up the right wing? I don't know. But if he did it, then he is getting what he deserves.
Okay. What do you mean by Republicans want to defund the FBI? What do you mean by that?
Yeah, so Marjorie, however you say her name, Taylor Greene, tweeted out the day that happened, defund the FBI. Steven Crowder, who's a predominant right-wing, he's a pundit for right-wingers, for conservatives. He said that if Republicans did not vote to dismantle the FBI or did not support it, he would not vote for them. So the Republican movement is now saying to defund the FBI.
I don't think we need to defund the police or the FBI.
Me either.
I don't believe in Republican or Democrat because all of them's corrupt. I just go with the person that's the best, not by what they say and all this and that. I go and research. Like me personally, I think Trump is better than Biden because Biden's been in the government for like 40-some years and he ain't do nothing really. I don't know. I think Trump did a lot for black people and a lot for just really the economy and stuff.
Yeah, I agree that Trump was a better president. I don't know that anybody could debate that Biden is a better president than Trump. That's insane. But I do agree with you in that both parties are corrupt. Trump is a very corrupt man. I mean, he was friends with Jeffrey Epstein. He was on flight logs allegedly with Jeffrey Epstein. So, yeah, I don't really think he's a good guy to look up to, but he was definitely a better president than Biden.
Yeah, me personally, I think that governor from Florida, I think he'd be a pretty good president. Me personally.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he would. He has some things right. How he's using his state power to remove certain attorneys. That's pretty based. But he made it illegal to boycott the country with the Star of David in their flag. I don't know if I can say that country's name and not get censored, but it has a Star of David. It's in the Middle East. They're at war with Palestine or whatever. Yeah, he made it illegal to boycott their companies in Florida, and I guess you can't say anything bad about them in Florida either. So he's kind of a shill for foreign nations as well. So he has some good qualities about him. He's more so in the right direction, I would say that. But yeah, we need a radical change in our political powers.
Yeah, because I feel like a governor from Texas would be too Republican, and I feel like someone from like New York would be too liberal. And besides, the governor in freaking New York is dog poop. He's horrible.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, there's changes coming, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't really have a whole lot of hope in things changing on the national level in a favorable way. I think it's going to have to start on the local level. I think that's where people should be paying more attention. It's too easy for these state governors, senators, etc., to be bought and paid for. That isn't to say that local politicians can't be bought and paid for either. I just think that it's you can control as a person, as a human. You have more control and more of a say on the local level than you do even like a state net level. I mean, you do have on some degree, you have some say statewide, but and there are people that are focusing statewide, on changing politicians and stuff. But I think that there should also be a people that are focusing on the local as well.
People of color. I wouldn't say that.
I don't know what what are you talking about?
If any, like Trump or Biden, who hates people of color more, definitely got to be Biden. I mean, like,
what are we talking? What are we talking about?
So someone in the comments said, Trump hates people of color.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, man, that's all I really have. So
gotcha.
Have a good one, man.
Thanks, man. You too. Thanks for coming up. So we got somebody else that wants to join. Hey, how's it going?
What's going on, man?
Not a whole lot. How's it going, man?
Pretty good, bro.
Good.
But you think Trump deserves what he's getting?
Yeah.
I think so too, man.
Yeah, so I guess there's like
he just broke his fundraising level. His record. He broke the record yesterday. So yeah, he's getting exactly what he deserves, but good luck in those midterms though, by the way.
I'm not Democrat. I think it's very silly that you're assuming I'm voting for the blue. People are so binary in their thinking. Like, I'm not a Democrat. I would not vote for any Democrat. I definitely wouldn't vote for Joe Jorgensen either. That's insane. If the FBI wasn't owned by the left, and exactly, this dude's silly. He came on here saying he's getting what he deserves. He gets the highest donation things. Then how do you not, then you can argue that he did it on purpose, that he called the FBI and himself to get money. I'd vote Kanye. I'd probably vote for Kanye too. I'd probably vote for Kanye. Trump makes me question myself being a man. That's very weird. User, a bunch of numbers. Trump knows stuff. Yeah, probably. Trump is a legend. Joe Biden is a leg. I don't think Trump is a legend. Would make for great entertainment. Exactly. What do you mean bring back church and state? I mean that the church and the state should be working together. There should not be a separation of church and state. Who did you vote for? Nobody in 2020. Why not Joe Jerks? Very easy. No women in politics. Jim Jordan for president. Biden and this administration is beyond pathetic. Yeah, a lot of them are, though. I didn't vote for anybody, so we should impose religion on non-religious people. That's not, you obviously don't understand it. Even if you're not religious, you understand that religion makes society. It does. All societies require some religious belief. They do. In order for them to be cohesive, this is just historical. Anyway, so you don't even have to be religious in a society that is promoting church and state. It's not like, go to church or else you go to jail. No, what it's saying is that the church has a say on laws that are immoral. They're like the moral compass. I did not vote for anybody. Hey, what's going on?
Hello, brother.
How are you?
Hello from Lithuania. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
I'm pretty good after work. It's 8:00 in the evening at our place.
Nice.
As I know, there is morning at yours.
Yeah, well, it's afternoon over here now. Where I'm at, it's in the afternoon. But yeah, what's going on, man?
I'm very interested in the new American thing that about abortions. I don't support abortions first of all, because I think it's not right to make the choice of your mind by making other person's life in misery. So, well, anyways, the second of all, the Trump thing. Trump, I think neither Biden, neither Trump is good president, because watch what is going on in America right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you have any other choices from Biden and Trump. I don't know, but the political thing in all over the world is basically really, really effed up. You know what I'm talking about.
Yep, I do.
So I have just so now I'm basically what the first thing I found not right is the fake news thing and miscommunication of the world because of the opportunities we have now in our hand. It's called cell phone. I'm 30 years old. Back 10 years ago, I didn't have a phone like that you can call free American person, call everybody in the world free. And now it's like everybody can chat with anybody. Everybody can see whatever they want. You don't know even if it's true, if it's false. So it's crazy. By the way, brother, how old are you?
I'm 26.
26?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I'm 30. Well, when you get 30, you will know that life sucks. You have wife or girlfriend?
I have a wife.
I have children?
Yes, I do. Both.
Oh, nice. I have a daughter. She's 4 years old now.
Nice.
Life as a father is awesome.
It is.
Not in every time, but it's pretty great. Pretty great.
I couldn't agree more.
I just wanted to say that I don't like the thing that is happening now in Earth, in our planet. We are, Earth is taking us all people as a guest, and we are like really, really bad guests right now.
No, man, I don't think that we're guests on this earth. I think that we own the earth. God has given us dominion over the earth. That's what I believe. We're the stewards of the earth. We are a part of the environment. We are a part of nature, and we are supposed to take care of earth, steward it, and have dominion over it. That's what I think.
About those first topic, bring back church and state. Church, I think, in my country, church has left many, I think, 20 years ago, because of the new generation. Now generation is so, fucked up, that I don't even understand. There's theories, those LGBT things that, is basically very crazy when 15 years old kid.
Yep. Let's be careful. Let's be careful on the language here because we'll get banned. But I get where you're going. 100%. Yep.
15 years old kid getting those LGBT thing, and he can, I'm sure he doesn't even understand what it is.
Yep, 100%.
So I don't know what this maybe we fathers, maybe I don't know what did this mistake.
Easy. The lack of moral code, the lack of God in society. Sin.
Yeah.
That's what caused it. That's what happens when you take God out of the society. You try to take God out of the society. Something's going to fill the void.
Yeah, that is crazy because the God is basically I'm Christian.
Me too.
But I think all gods are one God. There is Allah. There is Buddha. There is Jesus is the Son of God. There is, I don't know what's the name of the Jesus guy of the Jesus Father. I've heard that. Well, anyways, I think God is one. We should always believe in something, because if you don't believe, then you're doomed.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that because it just leads to nihilism.
If you don't believe in anything in this world, then you're just basically a robot.
Yep, I kind of agree with that.
So basically, I just wanted to say we all should come talk with those people from LGBT and talk with them. Why did you choose to become like this? Why? Maybe we can help. Maybe Jesus can help. Maybe God can help.
Yeah, I'm with you, man.
Because the main problem of those people are some kind of problems in their past life.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. But we got to be careful on this topic, though, because TikTok will ban me. But I agree with what you're saying 100%.
So you mean there's no freedom of speech here, yes?
Not on TikTok, no.
Wow. Okay. So, but the people from LGBT can come here and talk whatever they want, right?
Probably, yeah.
Oh, I know where it's going. All right, that is crazy.
Yeah, so let's not talk about that topic anymore.
All right. I know now. I understand. Oh my God, this is crazy. I have seen many times that people get banned for talking about this thing, but I have never seen it myself. But I knew TikTok is messed up, but I didn't know it is that much messed up.
Yeah, it is. So, but I agree with what you're saying 100%.
So is there any other programs like TikTok where you can have free speech?
No, I don't. Free speech doesn't exist anywhere in the world.
All right, brother. It was nice talking to you.
Yeah, likewise, man.
See you later, brother.
See you, man. All right. Most people on the left don't understand church and state. I agree. Most people on the right don't understand it either. Which religion's morality? Very easy. Lot static or lost static. Christianity. Exactly. What is free speech? What in the welfare is happening here? Trump will come out more powerful than ever. Probably. Could be that. That guy was chill. He was very chill. And it sucks. I want to be able to have these open conversations, but it's hard to do on TikTok. TikTok's like walking on landmines. Exactly. Free speech isn't allowed. Yeah, only Christ can declare law on behalf of God. Church cannot. But Christ established the church. Why Christianity? Because it is the true religion. What do you mean bring back church and state? I mean eliminate the separation of church and state and allow the church and the state to work together to form laws, to help lead society. Because you remove the church from the state, what do you get? You get the state controlling the church and then the state making their own religion. This is who cares? Which church? The Orthodox Church. The Orthodox Church should be the one leading the charge on that. And people say, what freedoms have we lost? Can't even speak anymore. Which Orthodox? The Orthodox Church. There was only one Orthodox Church. You can say, no, there's Russian Orthodox, there's Serbian. They're all the same. They're just ethnics. They're just different ethnicities. But the U.S. doesn't have an official religion. I know. 99% favor no state-sponsored religion. I don't care. Thanks, Democrats. You just made the moderates want to vote Republican. Yeah, exactly. Which is why I think Trump may be a part of the whole plan. Democrats, but the church and state will never be one again. I guarantee you it will be. I'd be willing to bet major money that within the next couple of generations, you will see the return of church and state. Democrats have lost the plot. Republicans only slightly better. This from a non-American. Then don't speak on America, you non-American. So you can't claim orthodoxy to the deciders of law. What other religion defines law differently? I'm only talking about orthodoxy. I'm not voting for any politician over the age of 45. Good for you. They took God out and brought in the devil. Fact. It's not even popular religion in the U.S. I don't care. I don't think it's realistic to think church and state will have a comeback. I think it's very realistic. If you're not in tune with what's going on, you will say that. But if you're in tune and you see the patterns that are shaping, check out Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes is leading the American First Movement. I'm not a huge fan of Nick Fuentes, but a lot of his people, and he's leading a lot of young men, want to bring back church and state. Are you Orthodox? Yes, I do have Orthodox beliefs. I haven't went through the catechism. I haven't been baptized inside the church, but I do subscribe to the Orthodox theology. The FBI and CIA are trash? No, they're not. If it was a thing, like it will be in The Handmaid's Tale. You do understand the big misconception with The Handmaid's Tale is that all the women that were promiscuous were the ones who got punished. Orthodox is a minority religion in the U.S. Okay, it won't be for long. Like, you guys, like, how do you not see these patterns? Lived here 15 years, know it too well. Cool. You can't force religion into people. Nobody's saying force religion into people. Just because you have a church and state doesn't mean you're forcing the religion on the people. It means that the religion is help. Like, you can still disagree with the religion and being a religious or church and state nation. Oh, so you're a misogynist? I don't. Okay, if that's what you want to call me. This guy has less than 100 likes, says a lot. Okay, you have less than 15 followers. That says a lot. I mean, what does that even mean? Keep the church out of politics. Put the church back into politics. I was an atheist my whole life until I took a bunch of. Okay, it means your church leaders can outlaw other religions. Good. It used to be illegal to skip church. Keeps people in line. Yeah, I guess I wouldn't be opposed to that either if they wanted to implement that. It'd probably increase the morality of society. We're all atheists until someone lies to us. No, that's not true. I say that we're all believers in God until somebody lies to us. Yeah, the pattern of the FBI. How about those patterns? What about the patterns where the FBI eliminated so many PEDO rings last year, the year before that? They're kicking ass as far as that goes. You love those handouts, yeah? No, I get no welfare. I've never had government assistance my entire life. I hope to see the day when religion is treated with the same contempt as racism. It will never be. That's a silly thought. It already is right now, actually. What's the evidence for God? Existence. Like all the PEDOs. Yeah, there's a lot of them, but there's more in public schools. Fact. And we should get rid of all of them. And it's in the Catholic Church. We should get rid of all of them. They should not be around. It's freedom of religion. Nobody is forcing anything. That's what Republicans stand for. And that's why Republicans fall, because they stand for nothing. Ashton Kutcher has done way more. Well, y'all worship the sun and don't even realize. You think you're a smart boy, but you don't even realize that the sun is fractal, Mr. Smart Boy. You don't even realize that there's a sun, there's an internal sun called your consciousness that lights up the world, bro. I hope to see the day. No, ain't happening. Lots of assumptions. Okay. One second. Yeah. Can't believe something and know it. Yes, tax the church. No, you can't tax the church. Did you agree with Kennedy v. Barn? I don't know what that is. Release Epstein home videos, everything on Anthony Weiner laptop. Go ahead, do it. Dude wants to give too much power to the church because the church was established by God for us to find holiness and direction. You want to outlaw being another religion? I want to make it so it's not, so there's only one religion in the country I live in. Yes. Church was created by man to control. I don't believe that. I don't think God wanted priests to. I don't think he did either. You're right, Jessica Rivera. 100%. The evidence of your God above all others. Yep. The only way to bring back religion to people is to influence them. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. That's against most national constitutions around the world today. I don't care. The world's a messed up place today. The ones with multiple jets and $5,000 suits. Yeah, if you're talking about them, I totally disagree with them. I think that that's important. Well, we don't want your theocracy. That's okay. Your religion, Christianity. The super churches are trash. They are trash. The mega churches, yeah, I agree. The Bible is not evidence of the existence of God. I did not say the Bible is evidence of the existence of God. Most honest thing you've ever said. You don't care. The church is morally bankrupt. A lot of churches are, yes. Not every church. The Orthodox Church is one of the least converged churches there is. Thoughts on setting up the U.S. as an Islamic state? No, Christian state. The world's a messed up place today because of religion. No, it's because of the absence of religion. Money-grabbing evil people that steal people's money from their ignorance. Yeah, a lot of them are. You're 100% right. Religion is a cancer on civilized society. That's like a really dumb thing to say because civilizations would not exist without religion. Historical fact. You want countries segregated by religion? If they so choose to. Christianity is just another flavor of religious cultism. I mean, you can think that. Do I like slavery? No, not particularly. We could have evolved so much more without religion holding us back. No. The less religion there is, the more society declines. Do you not remember learning about the Crusades? Do you not remember being brainwashed in school? Evil is why the world is in the situation we are in. It is. You're 100% right, JX man. Christianity, yeah. If not God, what should people believe in? Where do they find moral guidance? Exactly. Good questions. Then why accept religion? I don't know what you're talking about. Do you get your morals from the Bible? No, the Bible's not a book about morality. The Bible's a book about how one should live their life, how to live a godly life. And then as a result of that, you will have an understanding of morality. Says the guy who is brainwashed by religion. So you're denying history? So you don't understand history. I was a history major, so yeah. God is most important, but when we were humans try to define him and miss him, we create chaos. False. You create chaos when you don't try to define him and understand him. The Bible justifies slavery, though. Okay, I never said that I have to like it to justify it, and just because you can justify it doesn't mean you like it. You can reason things to be logical, but it doesn't mean you like their conclusion. People don't know how to think these days, I swear. Does it matter if the earth is flat or round? I don't know. Maybe. The Bible does justify slavery. It does. Jesus doesn't have Y chromosomes. That makes him trans. I don't know what you're talking about. History major. So you think slavery is logical and morally sound? No, I'm just saying that, the Bible is, if it justifies it, it justifies it. But that doesn't mean that I'm saying that I have to like it. But I'm not going to, try to pretend that it isn't there. Only Christ can define God. No, Christ helps us to define God. And Christ, Jesus, is the Son of God, which we are all children of God in some way, shape, or form. But I guess he's the only one that can see God. Anyone that knows a Democrat knows that people don't know. Let's see. How to think. Perfect example. Yeah. When I hear someone is religious, I think of them as less intelligent. When I hear someone that's not religious, I see them as like amoral scumbags. So yeah. Not really. Just, yeah. The best part about all this is we are moving away from the likes of you. No, you're not actually. That's because you lack a real vision of reality. You have poor pattern recognition if you believe that. Explain why your brand of mythology is right and everyone is wrong. I don't have to explain anything to you, and it's not mythology. Well, why is it that people act like the U.S. is the place slavery took? Yeah, I know. That's another thing, right? Slavery happens all over the world. It still goes on today. People who say they're not religious are trying to act smart or edgy. Yeah, 100%. Some of the most intelligent people are religious. As a matter of fact, the man with the highest recorded IQ in the world right now is a Christian, Chris Lanigan. But I'm not saying because he's so smart, he's Christian. But I'm saying that your assumption that people are less intelligent because they are religious is ignorant. Brazil has worse history with slavery and less racist. Yeah. Supposedly there's more slavery. Exactly. So, yeah, I mean, if you don't agree with it, then why are you here? Bro, crypto is a scam. It's definitely not a scam. A lot of them are, though. I mean, religion is mythology. It's not mythology. Religion is to connect with God. God is real. Humans have a divine spark. And it is what builds civilizations. It's what allows us to have a moral code. Prove God is real. You're alive. I believe that anyone should practice how they want, and people fought for that right. I don't. Not where I live. No, my kids can't do whatever they want. That's silly. The government should treat society the same way. My mother is God. False. We would not be American without people wanting the separation of church and state. No, I mean our founder said that you need to be a religious person and have high morality in order to have the Constitution we have. I mean, I have a moral code and I don't believe in a God. Yeah, I know. You have a moral code because you have an innate understanding of God that you don't understand yet because you've cut yourself off from God, and that's okay. I recommend people that are unsure about religion to watch Jordan Peterson. No, don't listen to Jordan. That's, no. Don't listen to Jordan Peterson's biblical lectures at all. If you want to get a better understanding of God, I think the most knowledgeable person regarding theology and philosophy that I could recommend would either be so knowledgeable, I would say Jay Dyer. But then somebody who's not like a theologian or a philosopher, but explains it very well and is really intelligent, Owen Benjamin. Is high morality enough to meet God's standards? No. Once again, you get high morality by living a godly life. How old is the U.S.? 250 years, and our country has come a long way in a short period of time. I guess you can say that. No, there's no God. Okay. She's why I'm alive, therefore she's God. No, that's why you have a body, but not why you have a soul. So, yeah. Again, I would say you have a soul because you're a human and you're alive. Explain how you live a godly life. Yeah, I mean, I think that Christ gives a perfect example of that. We have a purpose that God provides to us, and we should be doing that purpose. So basically, just trying to follow the good, the true, the beautiful that is in the world, and submitting your will to God. There is so much division because of religion, so much war. People will never have united. There's so much division without war, without religion as well. So me being alive is proof I have a soul, and death is the end of the soul? No, because your soul doesn't die. Your body dies, which is why your mom is not God, because just because she birthed the body doesn't mean she birthed the soul. America should watch the movie Monumental to understand better. Don't know what that is. Do you know what circular reason is? Do you know that every philosophical argument eventually becomes circular? That's what you get for trying to be smart. Okay, but you can do that without giving power to the church. What are you talking about? We can do what? No, and you do understand that they become circular logic as well. Like, you don't understand that? Every line of reasoning becomes circular. There's nothing wrong with circular reasoning. It's people who try to sound smart that say that, and they don't truly understand what it is. No, they stem from a point, but it's not. And then they go and support each other, which then they perform a circle in their logical reasoning. An example of, like, so that way I can explain it to you a little bit better. So, like, people are moving away from the city because of the economy. Why is the economy failing? Because people are moving away from the city. Bring back church and state. When was that? I'm saying now. Bring it back now. Explain living a godly life is. You can do that without giving power. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, of course you can. You can definitely do that. That's not my argument. I'm saying society would be better by joining the forces of state and church. But you can surely live a godly life without giving the church power. I would agree with that. Christian church is the worst in communism. Okay. You have to believe. You have to be able separate your religion from reality. You do a little bit of research on it. Tom Brookings, look at philosophical journals, look into circular reasoning, and you'll see what I'm saying. They all become circular. And it's not a bad thing. Just because something becomes circular doesn't make it bad. We're just using circular reasoning. I use circular reasoning as an example. You seem like you could be reasonable, but I think you need to do more introspection on your logic. No, I have, which is why I used to think circular reasoning was invalid until I learned that I was wrong, and that there are things that pretty much every philosophical argument becomes circular. It means it's not supported by evidence, okay? Church and state is giving another authoritative figure too much power over the people. You will always have an authoritative figure. There will always be somebody with power over you. So why not try to make that person who has the power more moral? Yes, it is. Do you not know logic? Do you not know syllogisms? Your argument can be valid if it's logic. Your argument can be logically sound and valid. Bring it back. Suggest it was here before. It went away, and now you want it back. When was it here? It's been around the world forever, since the pharaohs. I still don't know how you justify your stance when our literal constitution is built off of separation. It isn't, actually. You're just saying God is real and us being alive is proof of God. It's unfounded and baseless. Okay. What does Trump deserve? Well, if the FBI was raided on him, truly raided him or whatever, he deserves it because he said he was going to put Hillary Clinton in jail. But maybe he deserves it because he did it to himself as well, because he wanted to make more money. Then using circular reason is justified. What I'm saying is circular reasoning comes about through pretty much every philosophical argument you can have. It can become circular. It does become circular, actually, over time, yes. Religious leaders are not more moral. I don't know what that is. Let's see. Religious leaders are not more moral than the average person. That's not my claim. That's a good argument, but those morals are corrupted, and history has proven rich figures would pay. Yeah, but history also shows that you don't need that. Every powerful institution can be corrupted because of man. Yes, the Constitution includes a separation of church and states. It was added, but the First Amendment is not that. It says the freedom of religion. Religion is horrible for countries. Yeah, I disagree. Trump is a traitor. Oh, probably. What is he guilty of? He could be guilty of setting the FBI to his own house, so that way he can make fundraising money. It is the colonies wanted to go have their own. You obviously don't know what happened in the colonies, because the colonies set up where you had to have a license to preach, literally. And if you preached without a license, you would be punished physically. Fact. That's what the colonies did. The colonies did not believe in freedom of religion. That's silly. So now you're a judge? No. Ain't nothing coming out of the FBI but corruption? False. So you want an American Taliban? Sharia law, baby. Fact, we don't want your religion in our government. That's cool. You have zero idea what you're talking about. Did you go to college? Yes, I have 2 degrees. Trump doesn't have the power to send FBI to his own house. He could fake it. Wow, you don't understand separation was to allow freedom of religion. Wow, you don't understand that the colonies had laws in place that if you preached a different religion, that they would hurt you physically, literally. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, man?
How are you?
Just explain this to me. What do you mean by bring back church and state? You mean you want the church to have a say in what the state does as far as laws and all that go?
Yeah.
Even though it's historically proven that there's been more mass murder and genocide in the name of religion than any other reason on this fucking planet. I'm just saying.
Well, you do know that that's incorrect, right? There's been more.
No, that is definitely not incorrect.
No, it actually is. So this is a myth. Well, hang on. This is a myth. It's been debunked. It's been proven historically. We can go through, look at all the data. Most wars were not started by religion. Fact.
Okay, let's just start here. Fuck everywhere else. Let's start right here. Why do the Native Americans make up less than 1% of the American population when all this belongs to them? What was the reason the colonizers used to commit genocide?
They wanted the land.
They were savages. They were heathens.
They wanted the land.
They were savages. They were heathens. They believed in multiple gods.
Yep.
So if you know that that's true, why the fuck do people say that's been debunked? Show me where that has been debunked.
Yeah. So what you're saying?
Where can I go find this?
Yeah. So you're using one example.
Where can I go find this debunked?
You can just look it up. You can just Google search it, and there's multiple studies that have come out saying that that's actually false. That most wars are started not for religious reasons. Now, what you're saying? Regarding the Native Americans, if you're going to get all aggressive on this, you're going to get out of here. So chill the hell out. All right. So when it comes to the Native Americans,
you act like.
So first off,
you'll just be sitting here talking to yourself.
That's okay. I don't need you to talk to me. I don't. I really don't.
So go ahead. Move on with your point.
So you need to chill out. Stop being triggered. You're getting very triggered, by the way, which is very entertaining to watch.
Everybody on TikTok uses the same words.
I know, right?
Like regurgitated robots.
Yeah, I know, man. Everybody's programmed in a way, just like you are, to believe that the Native Americans were innocent people. So, yeah, did the Spanish, the Brits, the French, did they come over here and start taking land? Yeah, they did. Now, what were the Native Americans doing to each other? There was no cohesive. Hang on, shut up. There's no cohesive Native American. There isn't. There was multiple tribes. They were very tribal, which I have nothing against tribalism. Tribalism is good, by the way. I think tribalism is good. I think the Indians, Native Americans, whatever you want to call them, were pretty based in that regard. And so, when the Native Americans were here, they were fighting over land too. And so what we're witnessing with the creation of the United States, if the history is accurate, is that the same thing that took place for every other nation to be built. One culture perished to another culture. For, you can say religious reasons, you can say because they wanted the land. The Native Americans were doing it to the Native Americans, and then the Spanish, the French, the British, they all came over and they did it better. And then they decided that the land is going to be totally theirs. I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong. I'm just stating that this is a historical fact, and these are things that took place for every country, pretty much. Every country that's formed today experienced this. There's indigenous people in every country that got wiped out by quote-unquote colonizers.
Yeah, but you just said that was historically inaccurate when I said it.
No, what I said was no. You obviously lack the ability to reason and listen, because I said that what is wrong, historically wrong, is that every war, the most wars were started by religion. That's what was historically wrong. I never said that. So what you said.
Historically right answer. Why were they started then?
There's a bunch of reasons why they were started. War is much more complicated.
Let's go.
Dude, it's so many reasons. Economic reasons, cultural reasons, so many reasons. Because they wanted more land, because they wanted conquest. There's so many reasons.
What was the excuse they used? Religion.
No, not all the time. You are very ignorant of history. Bye-bye.
So show me what.
All right. Don't know which one of you were in here first. I only allow one at a time. Hey, what's going on?
Bro, I know what you're saying, bro. Most wars are started for economic reasons, okay? Most of them are. Even when the Europeans came here, yeah, bro, it was for land. They wanted land. They wanted, to build a country, whatever. You're right about that. But the thing is, bro, that to start any kind of enterprise like that, where you wanna conquer the land or whatever, you need people. You need people to support you. All right, you need. It's not the elite people that are going to go out and fight and kill the Native Americans, bro. It's regular people, and the way you get those people to do it is you use religion, bro. And that's a fact, bro. They did it in Spain. I mean, they did it in Mexico. The Spaniards. There's only one exception to that rule, bro. And the rule of being brutal like that for economic reasons. As I was in the Congo by that one guy. I think his name was Leopold. That guy was a straight out murderer, bro. That guy didn't even pretend that he wanted money and power. That guy just killed a bunch of people, bro. That guy was a fucking evil motherfucker. But you're right. I agree. People don't just go around killing people just for religion. Although there are things like, for example, like the Spanish Inquisition, bro. That was a straight out religious war against the Jews. Okay, bro? The Holocaust. That was a straight out thing against Jews, bro. Against their religion, right? But like I said, bro, the way you get people to go out and fight, the way you get people motivated to go out and commit all these atrocities is by using religion. That's a fact, bro.
Yeah, no. That's no. So let me add something to that. Let me add something to it. So yes, can you do that? Of course. Of course, there are religious wars. Of course, nobody here is saying that religion has not caused any wars. But the wars that took place in China over the Warring State period, it wasn't because of some god they believed in.
No, it's not.
Right?
It's not.
So we have to be understanding that religion doesn't just mean the belief in a god, because I call climate change a religion. I think scientism is a form of religion. So if we're going to be very broad with our definition of religion, I would agree. I understand what the definition is, but you have to understand as well that religion has become something else. Has become something that which you devote.
The actual definition of the word religion, it comes from
yes,
it comes from
I know.
Latin, bro, and it means to
it's relagal.
Relagal. Separated from God, we're trying to get back to God. That's what religion means.
Yes, I agree with you.
Yeah.
And most people, what I'm saying is, you can say that science is people's gods these days. You can say that climate change has become their god these days. That's what I'm saying. And so if we're going to use religion in that sense,
it's not the correct word.
Yes, no, it is, because you can make something your god.
Not really, bro.
Yes, you obviously don't understand that. I could say that this microphone is my god.
What is God, bro? God is like the creator, that created the universe, that created humans.
Do you understand that some people?
Right? That's what a God is,
do you understand that some people?
I know how to use it, and I know people use it that way, but it's not correct.
It is correct, actually, because people have misplaced their God. While I agree with you that God is the creator, that there's only one God, there's only one God, there's only one God, so I agree with that.
Church of climate change? Do people worship?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yes, 100%.
I don't doubt that there's fucking people like that in everything. For the most part, bro, scientists are not. The people who are studying climate change, bro, they're serious scientists. Bro.
No, they're not.
They're not fucking, you know what I mean?
No, they're not.
Yeah, you're talking about maybe crazy activists that go tie themselves to a tree, shit like that. Yeah, maybe, bro. But the actual scientists that are actually working on the issue, you can't say that about them, bro.
Yeah, I can. They're a part of a religious group, and they don't realize it.
All right, whatever. But look, my point was this, that religion is bad, bro.
It's not.
Because you're always going to have this, and you're always going to have powerful people or leaders, whatever you want to call them, bro, that are going to be able to manipulate the masses by using religion, bro. And it's a really good way
and they use climate change as a form of religion. They
And
use
once you
scientism as a
convince
form
people,
of
listen,
religion.
Yeah, but
They
I don't want to get
use-
into the climate change issue. That's a whole other issue. Listen, I just going by what you were saying, bro. That religion had nothing to do with
That's not what I said.
Europeans
You
being
obviously
the
did not hear
Americans,
me.
bro,
You obviously
It did have something to do
you
with
obviously
it.
did not hear me because I never once made the claim that it had nothing to do with it. How are you so deaf? I literally said,
So that guy-
I literally
that guy
said,
that- the guy
no.
that-
I literally said that religion is not the number one cause for war. That is a myth. That's literally
You said
what
that
I
afterwards,
said.
bro. You said that afterwards.
No, that was my whole
First you
point.
told him to go look it up. That
Yes.
Your research that was not the reason why the Europeans.
No,
have
I
hated
didn't.
the Americans, bro.
All right, dude. That's literally not what I said. Literally not what I said. I literally said it is a false belief to say that most wars throughout history were caused by religion. That's what I said was false. I never once said that there have been no wars because of religion. That's like saying marriage corrupts relationships. Cut it out. Exactly. I mean, this is silly. Because he doesn't know what he said. Dude. Okay. Let's see. All right. I hope I'm going in the right order by letting people on. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, good, and you?
Doing well, doing well.
Nice. I think I'm in a whole different country to follow into this argument.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm from South Africa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, to add to the argument, I think any argument that gets started is basically just difference of opinion. The country that I'm in, basically difference of opinion is basically what starts all kinds of havoc here by us.
Yeah, division.
So if put it this way, South Africa, we've got our own rugby team called the Springboks, but then we've got Australian supporters, we've got New Zealand supporters, England supporters, and but we live in one country. As to our churches as well, I don't like what you preach, I'll start my own church. And then I'll persuade your people to come to my church and be higher up than what they are currently. The guy that was talking now before me, if you two were sitting around a table live in a bar, that's a full-on fight. Difference of opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that is and this goes way back. And I mean, I'm even gonna go put my neck out. That's way back. Even in religion times, you believed in God, I believed in statue. I can see my statue. Where's your God? You know, and that's the difference of opinion. Now we're fighting over whose opinion is better than others. So, as well, bring back church and state. I say bring back church to all schools. Bring it back. Bring back religion into school.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have to preach Christianity. I mean, if you can believe in Allah, some people believe in Buddha, I believe in God. Whatever you believe in, you get the message. You know? Then point 2, Trump is getting what he deserves. I say no. I need that motherfucker to come to South Africa.
Hey, you know what?
So
Just
I
to,
need you motherfuckers to stop voting for him. I need him to come
hang
here.
on, just to clarify, I did vote for Trump in 2016. I think Trump is hilarious. I think he was a good president for the most part. I'm specifically stating that he did not do what he said he was going to do regarding Hillary Clinton. So it's karma. Now either they're coming from him or he's using it as a really, really good marketing tool. And he somehow got the police on himself. He called the FBI on himself to have him raided, so that way he can raise campaign funds.
I think Trump by far
could have done for America way better if he had the time and resources to do it. I mean, that guy just thinks business. He dreams business. His talk is business. His arrogance is business. He's got a business mind. To run a country, you would have to have that. But now you've got this board of directors and board of advisors and also starting an argument has got a difference of opinion. I mean, fuck it, guys. You guys left, or Joe Biden has left a whole country with enough tools and ammunition and war equipment to fuck America up. But that wasn't, he can't even talk right. So it wasn't his decision outright. There was a panel that decided it. So, yeah, based on the opinion of others, war, shit can get real, put it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, if he just brought it back and sold it as scrap metal, I don't know if you guys got a market in your country for it, but I mean, even if he brought it back and sold it for scrap metal, you know, that's money that could feed, a medical aid scheme for the poorest of poor, you know, RDP houses or I don't know if you guys build houses in America for the poor, but build houses for the poor. Education, that there's enough money lying in another country that actually belongs to you guys. You know, so again, difference of opinion, Russia and Ukraine. So yeah, that's my point of view.
Right on, man. Well, thank you for sharing it.
Good. And that comes from South Africa.
Yeah, man.
Stay
safe.
On TikTok, looking for followers so I can get my live shit going.
There you go.
Cryptocurrency, the third one, I'm not too clued up to that one. And Republicans want to defund the FBI. Shit. FBI comes to South Africa, shit's very much going to be real. I think there was some other law. Well, the FBI was here scratching for something, but I don't think they scratched in the right places. And then what? Democrats want to defund police. Oh, dude, you guys have police. We've got random acts of fucking kindness, I think.
I know. You guys got private security.
I live in a small town. Let's say average 10,000 people in my town, and it's governed by 6 cops, 3 vehicles.
Yeah, I know. Are you aware of Bronwyn Williams? Bronwyn Williams, her name?
Who's that?
Bronwyn Williams.
Yeah.
You know her?
No.
Oh.
I don't know.
Well, she's
your side, isn't it? Yeah.
She's South African, and she's a thought leader and stuff. She's pretty smart. Anyway, I thought you would know her because she's in South Africa as well. I guess she's been on a few news stations and things like that. And
I don't think she's stirred enough shit yet.
Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah. Only once you make way, I'm famous, yeah.
What's that?
I need to disappear. I've got a call. Cheers, man.
All right, see ya. All right, this is going to be the last guest, and then I got to go. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Right, yourself?
Oh, living the dream. So,
right on.
It says bring back church and state. I think the separation of church and state has been misunderstood for years. The removal or the separation from church and state doesn't mean remove the church from the government. That's not what that meant. What it meant was the government shouldn't or can't, like in Europe. In Europe, it used to be
and I don't know about now, but in Europe it used to be that the church was Catholic. It was a state-run church. That's why we have separation from church and state. We can choose our own religion. It wasn't to get church out of schools or things like that. And I completely agree that you should be able to have your church in the schools. And I mean, we are a country built on Christian laws, Christian ethics.
Yeah, I think that the church should have a say in the state. I think that the Orthodox Church should have a say in the laws that are made. Yeah, that's what I think. I don't think that the separation of church and state in any way, shape, or form is good. I don't think that any religion should be accepted in your nation. I think that there should be a cohesiveness to your nation. Therefore, you should have one religion that runs the nation, that helps to run the nation. Otherwise, you have division.
It should, though. It should. I mean, it filters out differently. You don't have like a church that, you know, goes in and says, oh, we don't like this law, or, oh, we want it to be this way. But through the voters, I mean, because honestly, if it's against my religion, like abortion, I mean, not that I'm going to go one way or the other, but if somebody's a Christian and they don't want abortion, you know, they're going to put their vote in for pro-life, right? I mean, so that, in that manner, the church should or does have a say.
Yeah, I don't think that, you know, if you have a different religious belief, then you shouldn't be in the country. You shouldn't be in that country. I think that the nation should be cohesive and that they should have one nation, one religion. I got to plug in my laptop. That's why you can't see me. They should have one religion. And if something like abortion, you say, well, if you think abortion should be legal in your country, then you should not have the right to vote. I don't believe in that. I think that that's nonsense. I think that as soon as you allow other people, I think that there should be open discussions about the said religion, but I don't believe in the idea of accepting every religion. I don't. It should not be accepted. And the Constitution was not a Christian document. It was a Freemason document. That's why they said freedom of religion, because Freemasons accept all religions.
Right. That's what that means. Freedom of religion. So any religion you want.
Yeah, that shouldn't be allowed. And that wasn't even allowed, actually. There were licenses where you had to, so in the colonies and back in their time, you actually had to have a license to preach in pretty much every colony. And if you preached without a license, or you did not preach what they wanted you to preach, you would be physically assaulted legally by the law.
So you want to bring that back?
No, what I'm saying is that's what the actual, like, nobody believed it ever. None of the colonists believed it because they installed, when they moved over to America, they implemented the laws and where they would hurt people who did not preach their view of religion. This is well documented because you had to have a license, and if you went against it, whether it was the Quakers, the Puritans, they had those laws implemented way before. So this idea that we came over here for freedom of religion is not correct to begin with anyway. It's propaganda.
Well, no, it's not, because we came over here to escape their religious prosecutions. Europe's religious
and then they started doing the religious prosecutions here because they did not believe in freedom of religion either.
Okay, to win.
Pretty much forever. Like, as long as those colonies were around.
Until 1791.
No, like, it's been going on for a long time. It was going on for a long time in the colonies. And you would get ridiculed. If you taught something that they did not like, you wouldn't, like, certain towns would kick you out.
That goes back to freedom of speech. I'm sorry. I've been ridiculed for my religious beliefs
Yeah, there's
like
okay.
recently.
Yeah,
So,
so have I.
but anyway, so my other thing I was wanting to bring up is you say Trump is getting what he deserves. I think that's a touchy subject. I think that by him being raided, it opens up a door that neither side really wants. I mean, what if we raided Hillary Clinton for documents that she has, you know, her emails? It's a slippery slope.
Yeah, so I think
opened a door that they're gonna fucking wish they hadn't.
well, what if Trump opened that door? What if Trump did it to himself? That way he can reinvigorate the Republican spirit. What if he did it so now I guess he's getting more fundraising than he ever has? What if he did it for that? What if he's the one that did it to himself?
I don't know if he's got the power to do it.
Yes, an average citizen, the average citizen can call on somebody to get swatted. I don't it should be illegal everywhere, but you can falsify somebody held hostage in their home and you can get them swatted. You have the power to get somebody swatted as an average citizen. So yeah, he does have the power to do that. And then he can frame it however he wants to frame it. So the man's a marketing genius. I would not put it past him.
Well, but the warrant, it should be the warrant will be public knowledge, so we'll figure it out eventually, right?
Maybe.
What do you mean maybe?
Exactly that. We don't know. It will. Maybe there was a warrant. Maybe there wasn't a warrant. And if there was a warrant,
there has to be a warrant.
Maybe.
There has to be a warrant.
Maybe.
No, if they come into your home, they have to show a warrant.
Yes, I get it. But they can, once again, if Trump did what I said he did, they don't necessarily need a warrant. And even if you say they do need a warrant, doesn't mean that they had one to do it. They could have done it illegally. And also, who's to say they couldn't fake a warrant either? We know that they can do that with a lot of things. We'll just say they can fake a lot of things. I'll just leave it as that. So who's to say they couldn't fake a warrant?
I don't know.
I don't either. I think it's interesting to think that way, though, because, yeah, we can say, oh, they opened up Pandora's box. But what if it's from a totally different angle? What if it's from a totally different angle and Trump wanted to raise more money and Trump wanted to invigorate? Because it doesn't make sense that they would even do that, right? So think about it. Why would it make sense that the Democrats would do that to Trump? You can say out of spite, they hate Trump.
Why would it make sense that the Democrats would try to impeach him twice after he's out of office, which shouldn't even be a thing? Once you're out of office, you shouldn't be impeached.
Yeah, so it made sense why they did it the first time, simply because...
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, from their standpoint, it does. And that would be to get him out of office to make sure he never ran again. If they could have had this grand...
out of office.
No, the first time. No.
Legally, you shouldn't be able to be impeached.
I'm talking about the first time. So that way he could have prevented running from office. And that was the reason why they did it the second time as well, because they did not want him to run again, allegedly. Or... who knows? Maybe this conspiracy goes way beyond all of our heads and Trump was a part of it all. I don't know. I don't trust any of them, though.
Well, I don't trust any of them either, but I can't imagine somebody intentionally smearing their own name.
I could, because look at all the publicity he got. Everybody talks about Trump.
Further their political career.
It does further his political career, does it not? He has more fundraising than ever. People are all talking about Trump again.
I don't know if that's why he's getting more fundraising, though. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong, but what I'm saying is people are sick of Joe Biden's shit. So that's why Trump's getting funding. People are like, holy shit, we got to get Biden out of there.
But there's other people besides Trump. And so Trump is just winning the marketing right now.
But Trump Trump is the most likely candidate.
Maybe.
So that's where people are going to spend their money. What do you mean maybe?
Yeah, because there's Ron
If Trump runs, he will be the candidate.
Yeah, maybe. I say because Ron DeSantis is doing a lot of really cool shit right now. I wouldn't vote for Ron DeSantis, but Ron DeSantis is winning a lot of favor in the Republican Party.
Well,
And so I think what Trump's doing, I think everything that's happening to Trump right now.
If you were going to donate to a campaign, you would donate to Trump, right?
I would donate to nobody because Trump's a scumbag. I think DeSantis is a scumbag too.
They're all scumbags. If you had to donate to one,
No, I don't think they're all scumbags. I'm pretty sure there's some good ones in there. But no, I would not pick Trump.
Few and far between.
I would not pick Trump. And I would not pick DeSantis. I think that it would be hilarious to see Trump be president again. I think he's very comical. I think he was a good president for the most part. There was a lot that I disagreed with him on regarding the whole lockdown stuff. I don't agree with the lockdowns. I don't agree with Operation Warp Speed. I don't agree with his Johnson & Johnson talk. But overall, I think he was a really good president. I think he was probably the best president we've had in a long time. But I would not.
I would agree.
I would not donate to that man. I would not. He's a scumbag. He's
I
very.
wouldn't say he's a scumbag.
I would. He said that he would. He said that he would date. He said that he would date.
Yes.
Dude, he said that he would date his daughter if she wasn't his daughter. He has on flight logs on Jeffrey Epstein's plane. He said that Jeffrey Epstein is a good guy and Jeffrey Epstein is a good guy and he likes young girls. That was his sentence. He's a scumbag.
I have never heard that.
You can look it up. Everything I just said is factual.
I will.
So Trump's not a good guy. He's not morally intact. I think he's a scumbag, but he's hilarious.
I mean, from what I know, I don't think he's a scumbag. Do I think he was a loudmouth? Yes.
I like the
I'm
loudmouth.
sorry, you don't put a president into office because he's a good guy. You want somebody that's got some fucking balls behind him and gonna do some shit.
Yeah, and Trump didn't.
That's where Joe Biden is fucked up. I mean, he may be a good guy or whatever, but I don't think he is. But he doesn't have balls to do anything.
Neither did Trump. Trump didn't have the courage to do what he needed to do anyway. He proved to be weak.
How?
Got to be very careful. But I'll just say he did not cross the Rubicon after the thing that happened in 2020. He had every right to, and he did not. So very, very weak on his part.
What happened in 2020?
There's a lot of controversy about that thing that happened in 2020 and why he's not in the presidency anymore. Got to be very careful with my language here.
Right. I know what you're saying. Okay, so yeah. Well,
He should have never.
What was going to come out of it?
What's that?
I mean, what was going to come out of it?
I think America would have been on a much better track. I think he would have proven.
I believe so too, but I don't think anything could have changed.
I do. If he did that,
anything he could have changed the outcome of that.
Yeah, I think that if he did that,
I know here in Washington State, we had something very similar, and that's why we have the governor we do. I think I mean, you have to have proof, and if you do it right, there's going to be no proof.
Yeah, I think that a lot of would have changed. Maybe for the worse, maybe for the better, but it would have expedited whatever the hell's going to happen to America. America, I think, is crumbling. I don't think that there's much to change course at this point, but I do think that people can. I'm not like being black-pilled or a pessimist about the future. I'm very optimistic about the future. I think that the future is going to be a really good place, but it's going to be a hard transitioning period. And Trump could have expedited that transitional period. He did not.
See, I think there's a very bleak future. I think that we're heading down. I think we're headed for a civil war. Personally, I think that
I do too.
Shit's going to start happening, and well, I don't think that's a bright future.
I never said that was. So once again, I said that.
If we go into a civil war, that opens us up for invasions from other countries.
Yeah, so we already are. We already are invaded to begin with, and secondly, what I said exactly was I'm very optimistic about the future, although it's going to be a very rough transitional period. Very rough, which would include exactly what you said. I don't think that it's going to be easy. I don't think that it's going to be fun necessarily. But even if we do end up in a war scenario, like there were people in the first Civil War that were unaffected by it, that didn't even know a war was going on. Similar, just the opposite of like war, people that were like in Vietnam War, like they had some of those people didn't even know the war's over, and it's like 2022. Same thing happened with the people during the Civil War, where they didn't even know it was going on. So I think that there can be.
That wouldn't happen now, though.
Yeah, it would
with
for sure.
Internet, no. With
Yeah.
the internet, it would be no. It was understandable at that time because it was so hard to get information long distances, But now with the internet, the Kardashians blow their nose and everybody knows about it the next fucking second.
Yeah, not everybody. I mean, there's a lot of people like the Amish, right? The Amish, they don't know. And I don't know either. I don't keep up with that. But then I would also say, let me reword it. There were a lot of people that were unaffected by the Civil War. I'm pretty sure.
Unaffected, I might agree with. But what I'm saying is everybody would know about it. You could go to the Amish.
Yes.
Now today,
yes.
And you could say, you know that China hates us, right? And they would be like, well, yeah.
Would you, though? Would they know that?
I guarantee you.
How would they know that?
They're not idiots.
How would they know that, though?
Because they're not in a fucking bubble.
Yeah, they are in a bubble, actually. Quite literally.
No. They go out into communities. I mean, have you ever been to some place where there is Amish? I mean, they're out and about through the city all the time. You think that they don't hear things?
They could, but it doesn't mean that they would know it. But that's a whole other thing. That's a whole other. That's a whole other thing.
Amish
So
typically know 3 languages.
Yeah, so that's a whole other thing. Just because they know languages, it doesn't matter. Like they could know it, they couldn't know it. My whole point is basically that I think that the future is bright. I'm very optimistic. I think there's going to be rough transitional periods, but there will be people that are going to come out of it stronger than they are right now. I think that they're going to actually upgrade during the transitional period. Yes, will there be problems in the future? A lot more than there are today. But I'm excited for the future nonetheless. I think that the future is going to be a good place. I have children. I want my children are going to have a beautiful world to inherit. And I think that when they have children of their own, they're going to have a beautiful world. Because God always wins, man. So can there be bad?
True.
Can there be, hard times? Of course. But I think the future's bright.
I don't think the future's bright myself. I think that we're headed for some dark times. But like you said, God's got a plan. You just have to have faith and go with it. I am not excited for what I see coming, and I am afraid for what my kids are.
Then stop watching the news. If you're afraid, then stop watching the news, because we're told not to be afraid. The only thing we should fear is God. To have fear is a sin. I'm not trying to preach to you, but fear is sinful. So if you feel fearful because of what you're seeing going on in the world, then stop watching it. Stop indulging in it.
I don't believe that fear is sinful. I believe that
it literally is. It literally is. It's the wrong way. It's the only thing you should fear is God, because if you trust in God, you shouldn't be fearful of the future. Like if we believe in the same God, which I'm assuming we do, the Christian God, Well,
I'm
then,
a Christian.
so Jesus said that the birds don't worry about what they're going to get their food. The animals don't worry about where they're going to sleep because God has ordained, like God will take care of you.
Well,
God will provide. If you go through hardship,
I agree.
it is what it
I
is.
completely agree with you. But my point is first off, we are sinners. All of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're a Christian, you have to believe that we are sinners.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So fear may be a sin, but I don't know. I don't see it that way. I mean,
You should only fear God.
Letting fear control your life would be a sin, maybe. I might agree to that. But everybody has fear.
Yeah, and
But you don't let it control your life.
yeah, I think fear is a natural emotion, but it is sinful to be fearful of things that aren't God. So, I mean, it's I agree with you. You don't indulge in the fear, of course. But my whole point is, if you're fearful of the future, you're fearful of the future because they're programming you to be fearful of the future, whether it's the Republicans or Democrats. Don't have a fearful worldview. That makes you weak. That makes you sheep. That makes you susceptible.
Maybe fearful wasn't the right word. I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna off myself because I'm afraid of what's gonna happen.
Right.
But what's coming is just not. I just don't like what I see coming, I guess is what I should have said.
Yeah, I get it.
Am I ready for it? Yes. I mean, I have the tools I need to protect myself and my family. So
yeah, I don't even think
it's going to happen.
I don't even think that it's really going to come to that for most people. I think you're just going to have your own supply chains. I think that's going to be the biggest thing. Grow your own. Try to grow most of your food if you can. Have valuable skill sets.
That's what I'm saying. I have what I need to protect myself and my family. We're not going to starve.
Good. That's awesome. Well, hey, man, it's been a real pleasure talking to you. I got to end this live here soon.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming up.
You have a good day.
You too. All right. So let's see. Any other comments here? Are you centrist? No. All right. So that's going to be it for me today, guys. I got to get out of here. I'll be back on tomorrow about the same time. Guess what I believe in is air. I'm breathing. Think about it. It's okay if you don't believe. Every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess. Yeah, exactly. So, all right, guys. Much love. Peace.